Good evening. It's 7 o'clock news bulletin live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. More than 140,000 people are registered in the national fuel subsidy system to avail the facility. The first educational exhibition introduces the stages of academic study curricula in the Sultanate. And the steering committee for follow-up the implementation of comprehensive strategy in Musandam reviews development projects in the governorate. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The number of those who have registered under the national fuel subsidy system witnessed a remarkable increase, which is nearing the actual implementation of the system and the fixation of M91 fuel price with effect from 1st of January 2018. According to the national subsidy data, more than 140,600, including 1,019 fishermen, have already registered in the system, which will also start from the 1st of January. The system allows the beneficiaries to select the preferred petrol stations based on the available data. 51% of those registered selected Oman Oil, 32% selected Shell Oman Marketing, and 17% selected Al Maha Marketing. The system subsidizes all vehicles using M91 petrol, about 80% of the vehicles registered in the Sultanate. Here in Muscat, participants of the Regional Forum for our parliamentarians in the field of sciences and diplomacy for building sustainable bridges among states members have sent a cabal of thanks and gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, valuing His Majesty's support for Shura work in the Sultanate within the framework of the state of institutions and efforts being exerted by the government of the Sultanate to achieve harmonization between the executive and legislative authorities in a way that achieves sustainable development. Earlier, the forum concluded its works with Muscat Declaration, who called for enhancing regional cooperation in the fields of sciences, technology and innovation, keeping pace with the rapid boom of technology and scientific progress and linking the outcome of research with the decisions-taking process. The forum also stressed the significance of investments in the infrastructure and technology in member states. With the aim to keep up with the international development in various fields related to books and electronic content, 17 educational curricula stations were organized in the Educational Curricula Developments Exhibition. The exhibitions, which provided a number of samples for the school books in its different stages, was presided over by Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed al-Shaybaniya, Minister of Education. This step comes within the Ministry of Education's visions to uplift the efficiency level of the students and improve programs and projects related to the learning acquisition of students and the school curricula. With the participation of around 1,257 competitors from various governorates of the Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Sciences held a ceremony to honor the winning students in the read competition for the year 2017. The competition aimed at improving students' attitudes towards reading and acquaint them with the importance of reading in the individual and society life. At the end of the event, prizes were handed over to the winners in the competition. Approving the first bundle of patient safety standards and choosing a number of hospitals for a trial application of the first bundle of the standards topped discussions of the Committee of Approving Health Institutions. The meeting also reviewed suggestions of forming work teams comprising of a number of experts for completing the formulation of the standards with a work plan to train these teams. It's worth mentioning that in the previous period, a work group for a standards formulation was formed as a primary model to train other groups. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come, 9th edition of the Omani Honey Market is launched in Muscat Grand Mall. Welcome back to the Sultanate of Oman television. Omani Honey Market Exhibition in its 9th edition, which was launched in Grand Mall Muscat, revealed an increase in the production quantity of the Omani honey. More than 30 honey breeders from various governorates of the Sultanate took part in the exhibitions to sell various types of the Omani honey, which is known for its high quality. In order to increase the production of the Omani honey and maintain its superior quality, the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries started to give beehives of the honey breeders. A large number of people visited the Omani Honey Market Exhibition, which will last for another 3 days. Welcome back to the news here in the Sultanate of Oman television. 134 people have been rescued off the coast of Libya by Spanish NGO Proactive Open Arms. The people migrants who had left the Libyan city of Sabrata on the 25th December were picked up by lifeguards approximately 38 kilometers off the Libyan coast on the morning of December 26. They were trying to reach Europe aboard a rubber boat in complete darkness and buffeted by a howling wind. The barely seaworthy boat was carrying 36 children, 24 of those unaccompanied. Once the migrants were spotted by a rescuer, the migrants were given a life jacket. They were then transported to the NGO's main ship. This group were finally taken to Malta. Pakistan has released 145 Indian fishermen who were arrested for allegedly fishing illegally in Pakistan territorial waters. The fishermen boarded a train heading to Lahore today. From there, they were expected to cross the Wagah border into India. The EDHI Foundation and Pakistan Social Welfare Program said another group of Indian fishermen was expected to be released in the next few days. It called on the Indian government to reciprocate the gesture and release Pakistani fishermen. India and Pakistan frequently arrest and imprison fishermen from the other country for what they claim is illegal fishing. Hundreds of fishermen are still languishing in prisons in both countries. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan met Japanese Foreign Minister Taro Kono in Ankara today. Regional and international issues will be discussed during Kono's visit, according to the Turkish Foreign Minister's office. Kono is visiting several countries in the region. He met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas earlier this week and also paid a visit to Jordan. President Vladimir Putin said today that the explosion at a supermarket in Russia's second largest city was a terrorist attack, adding that another attack had been thwarted. Putin's spokesman Dmitry Peskov would not say what led authorities to declare the attack an act of terrorism, but he said the fact that the bomb was rigged with the shrapnel proved that it was a terror act. At least 13 people were injured yesterday evening when an improvised explosive device went off in a storage area for customers' bags and the supermarkets in St. Petersburg. Investigators said the device contained explosives and was rigged with shrapnel to cause more damage. People in Erie, Pennsylvania continued to dig out from a storm that brought 34 inches of snow on Christmas Day. The previous record in the Great Lakes city for December the 25th was 8 inches. A further 26.5 more inches fell on Tuesday. More than 65 inches in total fell on the city in just a few days. A National Weather Service's meteorologist in Cleveland said strong westerly winds over Lake Erie picked up moisture, developed into snow, and converged with opposing winds, dumping snow in a band along the shore from Ohio to New York. Back to some local news. Omani Honey Market exhibition in its 9th edition, which was launched in Grand Mall, Muscat, revealed an increase in the production quantity of the Omani honey. More than 30 honey breeders from various governorates of the Sultanate took part in the exhibition to sell various types of Omani honey, which is known for its high quality. In order to increase the production of the Omani honey and maintain its superior quality, the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries started to give beehives to the honey breeders. A large number of people visited the Omani Honey Market exhibition, which will last for another 3 days. The competition of the rural run between units and battalions of Royal Guard of Oman concludes in the cross-country track in Halban. The competition aimed to choose excellent members represented RGO to participate in the upcoming competition at the level of Sultan's Armed Forces. The competition was presided over by Major General Khalifa bin Abdullah Al-Junaibi, Commander of Royal Guard of Oman. To support small and medium-sized enterprises in the Sultanate, Shangri-La Bar Al Jussa Resort signed an agreement with a small enterprise for managing water sports center. This agreement came within the framework of finding opportunities for the Omani entrepreneurs and facilitate chances of developing businesses, in addition to provide services in the sector of water sports activities and develop growth of tourism sector in the country. The project came with the support of our Rafd Fund and the Public Authority for Small and Medium-Sized Development, Riyadh, and the private sector institutions in the Sultanate. The relationship between the man and his environment was embodied in the story of the citizen Saeed Al-Muqini, who started an initiative to dig a mountainous road to Al-Jila village located between rugged mountain ranges in the Niaba of Tiwi in the Governorate of South Sharqiya. The citizen has been paving the road using his own equipment since 1 year. He said that he was touched by the suffering of the people, especially students, to reach the center of the Niaba of Tiwi. He added that he insists to do his best to pave the road with his own equipment despite topographical difficulties and other challenges. He also said that with the completion of this road, it will reduce the time and efforts to reach the center of the Niaba of Tiwi. What a wonderful job that this guy is doing. The Steering Committee for the follow-up of the implementation of Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy and the Comprehensive Scheme for the Governorate of Musandam 2040 held its 4th meeting of 2017. It reviewed a number of topics related to some development sectors. It also discussed issues related to the implementation of the outcome of the strategy and studied a proposal by a company to develop a Khasa port. The meeting also dealt with the ways to develop tourism sector through a number of touristic projects to be implemented in some touristic sites in the governorate. It also discussed added value and fisheries sectors projects, especially sea culture projects, the establishments of an industrial estate and the development of transport sector in the governorate. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the Governorate of Sharqiya and Al-Wusta and coastal areas of Sea of Oman. Winds will be southerly to southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. More details on your screen. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. More than 140,000 people are registered in the National Fuel Subsidy System to avail the facility. The first educational exhibition introduces the stages of academic study curricula in the Sultanate. And the steering committee for the follow-up the implementation of comprehensive strategy in Musandam reviews development projects in the governorate. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us, and good night.